We've been trying to get at this question all week. What does what's happening in stablecoins mean for the broader crypto market? And to me, this isn't about, Tether truthers taking an unwarranted victory lap or even algorithmic stablecoins versus better backed one. It's about the inability of the industry to self-police. It feels like for years we've been told that crypto's better because the incentives are better. But is what's happening with Terra USD, how is it not a black eye for the entire industry?
It's one of the worst scandals in the history of the crypto industry. It's a gigantic black eye. We're talking $55 billion of paper wealth wiped out, and obviously less in terms of inflows destroyed. But you're looking at a similar scale to Lehman Brothers, of course, not with the systemic effects. UST wasn't as integrated into the real economy, partially integrated into the crypto economy, so not as systemic. You're looking at a similar scale to the Madoff Ponzi, right? That was, I think, a 65 billion paper wealth destroyed. And these ideas were fundamentally unsound economic ideas. All you had to do was have an appreciation for economic history, for central banking, for monetary economics, and you'd know that model couldn't possibly work. And yet it swelled to an inordinate size. Research desks in the crypto industry were uncritical. And a huge number of funds were involved in this. It wasn't just confined to retail. It wasn't like some of these other Ponzi's like Plus Token or BitConnect that were confined to retail. These ideas were popular and very few in the crypto industry spoke out about them. So it's a black eye, it's obviously destroying a ton of wealth. It's affecting the other assets, but it's also a massive, massive black eye for the credibility of the crypto space. And it's a huge shame that this transpired and that it got so big before it collapsed.
Right. I appreciate those candid terms, Nick. I know that there weren't a lot of loud skeptics. You were one of them, though, if you cared to listen very closely. People like Mike Novogratz and Galaxy Digital, they were actually the backers of this. Where do they go now? Where does the industry, how much did this, if this was a Madoff scaled scandal, how does the industry recover from this? How long does that take?
It's going to be tough. I think this is going to induce stablecoin regulation. I think Congress is going to take a look to the extent Congress can galvanize itself and do anything. I think financial regulators in this country are already aware of it. Treasury is aware of it. SEC was already looking into Luna, Terra, It was already on their radar. Now, what can they do about it? That's going to be more challenging. This is a Korean project, is offshore. The leadership is in Korea or Singapore. But I think what we can do as an industry is acknowledge, the fiat-backed model, the fully reserved model that you see with USDC and the like, that actually works very well. We don't need to try and undertake financial alchemy and create an under-collateralized stablecoin with volatile crypto collateral, or the model that Terra had, where it was very recursive and backed by an equity token that was linked to the system. It just didn't make sense. I think we can acknowledge that these ideas have failed. Algorithmic, unbacked, or senior and share style model stablecoins have failed since 2016. That was when Nubits, the first one, first failed. And then there was a string of subsequent failures. We've never seen successes there. So I think, the default model of the stablecoin, where it's convertible and fully reserved, fully redeemable on demand, Tether has a lot of issues, but it continues to work well. It's regained its peg. The redemptions occurred yesterday. Normally, USDC, I would say, is the gold standard for a stablecoin. These work just great. So let's stop trying to, engage in this alchemy and, return to ideas that make sense and return to products and protocols that work.
All right, guys. One thing he said that I vehemently disagree with is that Tether's is fine and it's a good alternative. If you're going to buy a stable coin, the hell with Tether. Buy USDC. It's backed by the US dollar. Even though it ain't worth dick, it's still at least up to 100 spot 04 or 104 plus. And it's capitulating up. So even if we go down to 95, your value's still fine because that's where we came up from. Now, with Tether, I still believe it's gonna pull a Luna. Not to the extent of Luna, but it's gonna absolutely pull a Terra Luna. And it's gonna leave everybody bankrupt. So let's listen to the intro and then let's get into some XRP, some Luna, and then let's check out Bitcoin. Good morning, 8:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I wanted to go over these charts real quick. The futures opens tonight in just about 11 hours and 4 minutes. We've got the market pretty stagnant as of right now. We'll start out with Luna down 25.6% today, so it is coming back down from yesterday, which we knew that was going to happen. I mean, we have an engulfing candle now in the 4-hourly. It's a bearish engulfing candle, and we just don't have a lot of steam with Luna. Yeah, if you can get in it at the right time, like you seen yesterday, I made 100, 130% or whatever pretty quickly on a leverage trade, but a lot of people are having problems getting their money. A lot of people's accounts are getting frozen when they're up tens of thousands of percent on Luna. And to me, it's just not a cool thing. It's a black eye for crypto, and this is exactly how we get the regulation. And this is all, guys, this was all time-stamped and delivered in the way that the elites wanted and the way the government needed. And isn't it just convenient enough now they can put some regulations in? So you'll have stablecoin regulations, but I believe Tether's going to go next. I really do. I don't know how Tether's going to stay. But that's what we're looking at right now. The uptrend was broken. Now we formed a decided downtrend, and it should pull us back down to 0.001249993. And then the moment we bust that and confirm this is a head and shoulders topping reversal, then it's going to come all the way back down. And the problem is, if it comes all the way back down, that's to zero. You're talking about a stable coin that was worth $113, and now it's worth 3 zeros and a 2. XRP at 43 cents. XRP's at a defining moment right now in the 30-minute. We bounced right now. We're trying to prove that we started a bullish divergence and can finish this. If we do, this should bounce up, and our ultimate target would be, in this area, would be 45.7, and that could complete this divergence. And it could get us up to here. If we break out of this area and continue to ride this uptrend, we could theoretically ride it up to 52 cents, but that's the max I can see. I don't even know if we can get up there. Look how low the volume is. I think something big's about to happen. Whether we have a small pump and then a dump, but I know we're going to go down pretty far, and I don't think it's going to be what a lot of people, like I keep saying, are expecting, because everybody keeps thinking that these are just going to end. These run-ups are the end of the, we found the bottom and we haven't even come close to the bottom. A lot of people that said that we're going down to 20,000 all of a sudden today are saying they're buying. Some douchebag came out and said he bought Terra like 3 hours ago and was telling everybody to, and now he's down like 20%. Like, what the fuck's he looking at? Sure, you can buy Terra, but you can't buy it when it's on the way down. Like, it was up 400% yesterday. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some kind of pullback today. Like, people are so dumb. But that doesn't look like a pattern you would buy into. It broke the 20-day. Like, I don't even know how he can say he bought it. And this is the guru again. It's been on the bottom side of the 20-day for like fucking 7-8 hours. What the fuck's he looking at to buy? In order to buy this, you would want to break out of this downtrending resistance and use it as support, and break the 20-day at the same time and use this as support, and then ride it up to here. Like, this makes absolutely 0 sense, this play. He's going to get absolutely thrashed. He's going to be the latest case to have bent over, thrusted so hard that his eyeballs plucked out of his head, and he had to pick him up off the floor. Like, it's as simple as I can be. Like we said with XRP, we know what we're looking at. Bitcoin is in a small bull pennant, or pennant flag. It's got one more layer to go. That's why I think we have to go one more layer. I think Bitcoin's going to come up here and at least retest this 30,818, 30,925 drop point. But just watch the uptrend. The moment we break the uptrend, this comes back down to where it started. We haven't double bottomed or anything. It's a V reversal like we talked about. And then, like, you could maybe do this and build a cup here, come up here, and then I think you would just fail if you did that. But like I always say, if you can get a volume spike, it can change the whole dynamic of the board. And then XLM. XLM in the daily is fighting right now. But we can't look at the daily. We got to look at the 30-minute here. Because like I said, we're completing divergences in some of these. The other ones are going to finish their bullish divergences. But to me, they still have one more impulse move. And with XLM, like I said, 1509 is where it seems like it's trying to go. That's what I've been saying this whole weekend. But once we get there, what happens? I don't know if we can get over that. But once we break this uptrend, then we'll come back down and retest this broken symmetrical triangle in the very, very short term. So you break this, you immediately come down to here. So that would be around 12.8. So keep riding this if you're in it until we crack this. We still have a little bit of room on the RSI and stochastic. So, I mean, when I say room, I mean a little bit of room. And then with DGB is coming up and doing a nice retest this weekend. And I would not think it would end right here. I would think before the futures opens, we're going to retest and finish off these bullish divergences. And they're almost done. So I would say about 1541 could be a possible play here. The moment we break down, I'll draw you the uptrend just so in case you're in this, the moment it breaks down, you can get the hell out of the way. So once it breaks this uptrend, you're going to have to get out. And isn't it funny, X marks the spot. But I think we're on a minor bull flag, and then we're going to come up here just a tiny bit. We could even get rejected at 1404, but the bottom line is, I think we still have a little bit of room left on the bone.